Another glorious day in Little Saigon, Mindy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful day.
Happy to be here. Happy to see you again, Charles.
Yeah,
And today we have a beautiful person named Anh Thu Phan. She's with the company for a long time. Welcome, Anh Thu.
Hi, Mindy.
Welcome.
Yes, it's my honor to be here today.
And finally to meet you after
Yes.
we've been working on some deals behind the scenes. And now I see you in person. But yeah, thank you and welcome for spending the time here to be on
Today
the
is
show.
very
Of course,
special
my
because not
pleasure.
only we present Anh Thu, we're gonna celebrate our closing together. What a great,
absolutely,
what a great
absolutely.
business
That's great.
relationship
Yes.
we have. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all your hard work, Mindy and Charles.
A lot of fun. We could have 3 shows just on that
Yes.
escrow.
Yes. So let's start with you, Anh Thu. Isn't she beautiful?
Oh,
You
thank
know,
you.
She's one
Make
of
me
the
blush.
beautiful agents in the office that I proudly wanna share with everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Not
so
just
much.
the beauty outside, she has a beautiful heart inside too. So that I can proudly say. So let's start. How do you start with the real estate career?
Well, I actually started at first with a lending company, and I worked as a rep. It was fun, but I just it wasn't really something that I really been looking for. So I think by chance I actually met Mindy here over the event from the lending company, and she was so sweet to me. I think she said the biggest motivations, and she was one of the reason why I got into the real estate. She's actually gone very detailed, explained to me what the benefit, how great to be a real estate agent, and at that time I already looked into that and then start studying already. But because of her, she encouraged me so much to get the license, and I did it.
You did it. Good job.
I did it with her, support, and to thank her, I promised to work and join her team. With that, I think that's one of the best decisions that I made. To join her team, and she took me under her wings and helped me a lot through very first deal. Teach me, show me how to be really professional, but care to our clients. And we closed a few deals, and that helped me to pump me up and say, yes, I can do this. And during that, I feel like, oh my God, this is amazing how you actually can help the family, especially Vietnamese young family to find their home, the dream home, build a family. And when they're happy to get the key from us and give us a hug and finally find it, that's the best
wonderful feeling.
See, that's all the good part of real estate.
Yes, just that good part.
No, but it is so rewarding, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you're
really rewarding.
consulting them with their biggest decision they'll make in their lives, and sometimes they're gonna live and die there. They're gonna be living there for their entire lives, and you were the ones that
They always remember
consult.
who brought them into this home. Yeah, that's very important too.
Well, at least your job is to keep reminding them. Right?
Yes.
After time goes by.
Because I know that's a really scary feeling from going renting the house, make a little payment every month to a little bit bigger amount of payment, have a home of your own, but more responsibilities. It's kind of scary though. That's a big decision. But when clients work with you and know and trust you, that you help them to make the right decision, get the right home, that really rewarding. And when they go over that fear, and they realize, oh my God, this is the decision they should have made before or earlier. And how they're happy to know that they're going to save money in the long run, and it's a good investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Oh no, without a doubt. But you're not just helping people with homes these days, right?
Yes. Yes, I do also. I know. I this is by calling though. Like I always have the passion to help senior especially elderly. Because every before when I work as the real estate agent, every Thanksgiving I will always try to do charity.
Yeah, she does a lot of give back to the community. Yes.
I do sometimes feed homeless, and I can also I did help with Hope Community to provide lunch, Thanksgiving lunch, to seniors. So I really enjoy doing that. And by chance, I met one of the friends that work in the medical field, but not just hospital, but this she's give me opportunity to work with home health company, which is work directly with senior, especially Vietnamese seniors, to bring the healthcare to the home. And this is just a great opportunity because I can work independently. I still can work real estate as a real estate agent,
Right.
and I still can help senior to help them to bring nurses, physical therapists to their home to help them to regain their strength and become independent again, so then they can go back to live the same normal life with their kids again.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's just amazing how all that happened to me. I think everything happened for a reason.
And that's an interesting real estate market segment too, that has its own specialty and very sought after, because you can't put those anywhere.
Yes, you're right. Because the friend that saw me how I help my client with real estate, I connect with my clients. I remember that I sold one of the house to this couple, and this couple is over 65 already, and it's just so amazing that how I connect with them. After I sold the house, I still talk to them. They still call me like their daughter. Like, oh, until come to pick the fruit. I have so much at home. You wanna come? Please come. And I just come and have a tea with them and chat with them like just a friend.
Yeah.
So I feel that, oh yes, I do have the connection like that. And then my friend saw that. That's why she said, why don't you do this too? You know, this is a great opportunity. You can work with the younger generation, and you still work with the elderly too. So that's perfect.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I told you, Anh Thu have the biggest heart to a lot of people. She loves helping, especially senior people. But besides that, she's always keep herself beautiful and fit. What is your secret? Doing so many activities outside, but you always keep yourself beautiful and fit like that. Any tips?
Just like I don't have kids, maybe. No.
You are a kid. Okay,
No, actually, I think because I'm out and about a lot, and I really love to be active. Besides go to work, hang out with friends. I love biking, on the weekend with my husband. He's the one who encouraged me to get into do outdoor activities, such as biking, hiking, maybe on Saturday or Sunday morning. And
Very
together
healthy.
and then plus we work now that he's worked in he is working in healthcare industry too.
Wow.
So he been telling me that how important you have to
Keep your health.
and really take care of yourself, because if you don't take care now, later on you will be sick, and it's not gonna because we have to take care for now, eat right and enjoy and go outdoor. So I think that's the secret to keep me in shape.
No
So
wonder
I can
she's
eat
working
more.
and no wonder she's working with all these doctors and doing medical office building deals.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just I love it. I think it's giving me a lot of opportunities, especially I still remember during COVID time. At that time, I started working with home health already for a year. At that time, nobody working, right? And I'm still working. I always still working because I be able to connect, bring the food to and then help the food bank to bring the food to senior when they're at home. They cannot go out, and then because I'm in healthcare, so I can go out. So I can
So you're the
basically
first to
help
get the
them.
vaccine, right?
Yeah, I got the vaccine, and I'll be able to help them, talk to them, help them, and still doing whatever I loved during that time. Yeah. Yes. So that's.
You so quiet, Charles. You've been,
Am I? No, I'm listening because she has so much
Yeah,
to
isn't
say.
it so amazing, right?
Well, because
She
I'm
does.
usually a guest that just stops after a sentence or two, but why? I don't want to interrupt. Why?
I'm sorry.
I mean, like, yes, her story is so beautiful. That's why I wanna share.
Well, I think the key to success for most real estate agents is the passion that they have for it, and when they put
Totally
the
true.
helping family or a market segment, or for example, helping the elderly. I know the doctors that you worked with on your recent real estate deal that we helped you with also work with seniors and people.
Yeah.
And the key was that they wanted to build a medical facility, one story, so they wouldn't have to walk upstairs
I
or
know.
deal with an elevator. So
yes.
so
Yeah.
that was always a consideration.
But she did the right thing that she got the clients that she looking to buy a commercial and stuff. Those are the field that she's not really familiar with, that she have not been experienced yet. So she brought into the team, and see, the success is the right team. Charles, Mindy, and us,
That's
and
right.
we all make it happen.
I mean, there were so many parts of that particular deal. I mean,
Crazy.
the first part was to get a hold of the agent, and people in the industry know unless you have their personal cell phone, they're not calling people back.
Right.
And so luckily I had her cell phone and text her message and finally got through. But that was just the first step.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Zoom meetings in Texas, and we, with the city planners and everybody in the city, the other agent. We had meetings with an adult bookstore owner, manager in the bookstore.
Oh my God.
With all their toys all over the place. We started off with a lender that wouldn't lend on this product, yet was still trying to hang on to try to lend for 3 weeks. And we turned that around to 3 lenders that desperately wanted to do the deal.
Wow.
Awesome.
I mean, they were just falling up. And but the key is to give your client options and choices,
Yes.
right? We had 3 lenders to choose from, starting with 0. It was because of the brokerage team. Now, not every brokerage team works with trying to set up the financing, but this deal without financing wouldn't go anywhere. Obviously, they couldn't buy it all cash. So how important that was crucial. And once that was done, it became more of a lot of things, and a lot of things that you wouldn't know would come up. It wasn't the fact that there was a river wash next to it that required a lot of flood insurance. It wasn't the fact that the tenant had 20 years of options left on it, and that they had a certificate of a special use conditional use permit that was very valuable, and that the property was sold by the owner of the business to one of the managers, and the lease was so poorly written that they didn't specify what part of the building they were supposed to be in, and the fact that factored into how much parking space that the city would require them to have, which would affect the vacant part, of which the doctors wanted to build their building. And that's only about a third of it. Was so much more that it just, bubbled up into. But in the end, the deal closed, and it closed fairly on time. I mean, within predicted. We asked for an extension.
Yes.
There was money. We had to come in with, as opposed to a residential deal, monies had to be non-refundable from the start.
Wow.
So that's kind of a scary proposition. And then we had a earnest money deposit that basically became up in the air. In the last week of the deal, about $100,000 was pretty much
Wow.
unrecoverable at that point.
Well, I would say it has to be, a combination of everybody's effort. The
Yeah.
seller, the buyers, the agents, the city, the tenants, everybody's part together
Yes.
to make a successful closing.
I have to say that I'm really, really proud of the team that I'm working with and bringing you and HPT to my clients because normally I know working through the process is had a lot of problem, and I'm the person that who connect everybody. I will hear it, the client will like, how come your team don't do this or that, or how come this that problem? But I seriously, I did not hear anything like that during the whole process. You have so much headache, you have so much problem, but it seems like you handle so well that my client did not even ever complain like, how come your team didn't do this, and how come they don't? Never, not even
That's
none
the
complain,
excellent.
right? I just feel like amazing. Like he said, oh yeah, we have had it. I don't know, we can what gonna do? I say, don't worry, they will take care, and they did. He did, and we almost thought that we're not gonna happen. But again, you make it happen
Yeah,
again.
it's
and
an
it's
effort
just
of
so-
everybody.
Yeah, it just I really appreciate that. It
Yeah,
really make
and
me-
we had, we managed expectations,
Mhm.
right? And, I like to fix things if something's broken or there's problems to solve,
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have enough parking. Okay, well, I can't make the land bigger. Now what do we do? There were all kinds of things that came up and creative solutions. And we found out that the city didn't even know what they really had. And they didn't know why certain things were done. And, parking calculations, for example, were made when there was a building where the vacant land was now. It used to be a bar, restaurant, whatever there. And that was there taking up space, and that's why the current tenant couldn't take extra space because that was taking it up. But they had already demolished that building and cleared the land, but the people in the city weren't working there anymore.
Oh,
This happened
wow.
10, 20 years ago, so they had documents in the city, and not everyone in the city works for 30, 40 years. Well, that building's been there for 30, 40, 50 years. So they didn't even know their own history. So we had to point out, hey, look,
I remember the call with the city, the Zoom call. Oh, so
Yeah,
many
yeah, that
people
was-
in there. Okay.
Yeah, but the city was helpful, but in the end, it took a great team, and it even took the understanding and respect that we got from the other side too. Remember, there's always two sides, and sometimes even however great efforts that one side makes, if the other agent isn't on the same page, it may not happen. And we could have been very abrasive and demanding of the other side, but it was more, let's work together, let's get this deal done. And that's the attitude that our whole team had, including the other agent.
Yeah.
That could have just sat back and said, you guys figure it out.
I know.
Well,
The listing agent is cooperative with us too.
I
and
like
it was a
Yeah.
key to at least, because if they didn't respect us from the beginning, and we came in and didn't know what we were doing, who knows what would have happened. So it was a really great collaboration, and one that we could probably write a book on. It was so many.
You should, I think.
It
That's-
was interesting.
I think other gonna be, for other agents can learn a lot from
Yeah.
you because there's so
Right.
much detail.
That's
on
why
little
we're
things,
having commercial
Yeah,
workshop
yeah, come
every
on in.
week.
That's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
on
Just
Thursdays.
working with you through experience, I would
Yeah.
love to repeat more transactions because this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
you can learn a lot from Charles.
We could even do, maybe we could sanitize it a bit. Maybe we could do a breakdown exactly and a forensic breakdown of this deal because
Yes.
it had a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
Everything.
Yes,
it was
absolutely.
a great experience
That-
for this transaction.
That would be great knowledge for our agents, especially.
And
those
not just
commercial.
in the purchasing and the negotiations and that kind of thing too, but there was financing issues, and because this was basically a entitlement loan, very few agents are involved with property and development, because even though there was an existing tenant, they didn't have permits to build what they wanted. They bought the raw land basically hoping they could get their building approved, and it's still the case because they don't have approved plans to walk in, so they had to spend that 90 days or 60 days figuring out if they could build what they want to build, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so they had to get the best case of maybe in there. And at one point they had to basically say, look, we're not going to get any further. You have to make a decision. And then there's a bit of salesmanship or closing skills to where, if you give them more excuses to maybe consider not buying, well, maybe they won't buy it. But there comes a time where you have to help them with that decision of, a what if scenario, right? Best case, plan B, plan C, whatever. We always had a plan B or C. Okay, if we can't do this, then we'll go to this. If we can't do this, we'll go to that. Yeah. And it could be, well, if you can't build what you want to build, well, maybe it's good enough for someone else, and then you could just sell the property as a entitled, property with plans. Maybe not for them, but somebody else would take it. So a lot of possibilities, but it's never to give up, because there was a point that last week.
I know.
We didn't know where it was gonna go.
Yeah, remember the last call that I called? Okay, you gotta close it. If you don't close it, somebody is gonna come in. Blah 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 blah. So overall, the combination of of togetherness.
But I think they're going to do well, and it's not done yet. We've got a substantial construction loan to help them with in that process. Yeah. It's going to be about a year. It's a long-term process, so you're going to be dealing with these doctors for many years.
Yes.
So because of this successful story, that's the reason why I brought in the commercial workshop every week, so that the agents, our agents here can learn every week, because usually the brokerage around here, they're focused in residential, and the agents are just doing residential. They easily can slip out the commercial deals, because they don't have knowledge or not training. Yeah. Right. So that's why I brought in the commercial division.
And look at all these commercial properties around you. It's hard, I think, especially in this area where you have a lot of the Vietnamese community here in Los Saigon they like to run their own businesses and do their own things. Instead of working, there's no big one company that no one works for the steel mill here or whatever, right? I mean, everyone has their own little businesses, so you're going to run into commercial real estate here, even if you're just doing homes.
Commercial loans, all types of everything. Look at the building. It's just like you just close it and open your eyes. The building's already ready right there.
Right.
And oh my gosh, more commercials.
The roof is already up.
Already up.
Yeah, we started the show and it was dirt.
I know.
Yeah, but now it's almost done.
See, more future, promise futures is coming along.
Yes. But thanks again for the opportunity that I got from my clients, and be able to work with expert like Charles and my beautiful Mindy. She's always the great support, and through this I really learned that I can be very confident, go out there and talk to my clients, and say that, what, I do have a best team that can help you, can help the clients to get commercial, to buy or sell what they have, especially medical building.
Absolutely.
And so they can put the trust
with
on
your
it.
charming, your beautiful heart out there, I'm pretty sure you will run into a lot of great customers. And when any field that you're not very familiar with, bring to the team. We have an expert team over here that can together make it happen for all of us.
That's right.
Right?
Teamwork.
Right. Well, everyone has a start. Everyone, gets to a point where they have to begin. Any final words that you could tell maybe someone that's thinking of maybe getting the real estate license now, and with the training and all the brokers that can help here at HPT Realty?
Yes. Joy, come and join HPT. Wonderful team.
And when is the best time to start your real estate career?
Anytime now. Right now.
No waiting.
Don't wait.
Get those online courses going and go. There's no right time to do it.
So
it's always the right time.
Right. Mm-hmm. Anybody that want to look into this career, come chat with Mindy. I help you with the license and training and working with the great team.
Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you very much for joining us
Thank you,
today. It was a
Charles.
pleasure
Thank you so
having
much.
you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
And more on that book we gotta write on that.
Yes, absolutely.
All right,
More
well,
stories, right?
Yes, well, that concludes this episode of Mindy's Manic Monday. Join us next week where we will have more amazing agents
Yes.
to feature and guests of Mindy's Manic Monday. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.